How bad do you really want those results? You know, do you really want people to fly from other states to come get tatted by you? Do you want people to just pay your day rate without any questions? Young artists, new artists, old artists, if you guys are not doing this, it feels really good when somebody pays your day rate and they don't question it. It feels amazing. You know, this whole year I've experienced that, you know?
I'm hearing what you're saying though, because I'm processing what you're saying, then I'm thinking of something else over here. Like,
I know, but I'm looking at you in your eyes and I'm like, he's not all in on what I'm saying.
I am.
And then you're like, oh shit, wait a minute. He asked me something.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the IQ Project. We're here with another episode with my co-host, Ricky Tat.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
So today it's just us two.
That's it?
That's it.
Damn.
Everybody else is out.
They easy, man.
Want to take the day off. It's all right. It's all right. It happens.
You know?
Youngsters.
It is what it is. New generation, you know? It is what it is.
Well, before we get started today.
Spot fillers.
Before we get started today, I want to say thank you to our sponsors today, Iconic Tattoo Studios. For all your tattoo needs, please contact us on Instagram, iconic_tattoo.
Yeah, guys, we tattoo as well. We don't just talk.
Yeah, we have to sponsor ourselves. It's all right.
It's all right. One day. One day we'll
get Monster in here.
Monster?
Monster's function.
I was going to say, I don't even drink Monster.
All right, fucking Red Bull. Hit us up.
Folgers, man. Starbucks. Hey, give us a holler, bro. What's up? What's cracking?
We also have Carlos sitting in today on his mic.
How's it going?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck with him today.
Yeah, we are. He never wants to get a mic every time we tell him.
I know.
Everybody wants to hear your beautiful voice, bro.
He came in pretty sexy today, though.
Yeah.
All dressed up, all showing the guns over there.
My voice is exclusive.
So. Oh, perdón. He's all like, only for behind the scenes.
If I only knew I have a podcast voice.
He's like, I'm not going to be filmed, but I'm going to be talking.
So what's new? What's new?
Not much, man. We're getting to the end of the year. It's another year almost over.
Where are we in? Mid-November, kind of? Early mid-November?
Mid-November.
Yeah, kind of.
It's about the time we all take vacation.
Glamis is coming up.
Glamis. Well, we're not doing that this year, so.
Huh?
We're not doing that this year.
You're not going to Glamis after all?
I just might go for one day.
Oh.
I'll come back the same day.
I still got like 2 days before I can cancel my RV.
Oh.
So I'm like, I get my full refund because I rented an RV, guys.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of.
Well, debating. I mean, so when talking about the end of the year, this is where a lot of artists start thinking like it's slow time, slow season.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Is the right mentality?
Bro, I'll be honest with you, man. Like, you know, I've been this whole vibe of like abundance thinking and you know what, stop thinking, but the pressure is real.
Yeah.
And it's hard. And I completely understand, you know, somebody that doesn't have that much experience or has that much community out there, I guess.
Yeah.
I could understand why they could say that. But you got to believe that, you know, it's only a mental thing. Like, yeah, I get it. You know, people are not spending right now on their luxuries. They're going to be tightening up a little bit and preparing for the holidays, either vacations, gifts, etc., right? And tattoos might be in the far end of it, you know? But we need to stop. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes I'm like, well, it's the end of the year type of thing, and it slows down. We can't think like that. We got to think that that's not an excuse. But just because we're thinking about it and we change it and we change the thinking doesn't mean that it's being given to us just because of the thinking, you know? And I think that what leads us on to today's podcast, you know? We want to talk about like in these times, in 2022 going on 2023, the game has changed. We're seeing it.
Yeah.
And we're doing it. Right, Carlos?
That's right.
The game has changed.
Explain. What do you mean the game has changed?
The game has changed.
Rules, the mentality people have, The
All of
way
it.
we have to approach things,
Well, let's break it down.
cancel culture.
Let's break it down. The rules have changed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can argue that and we're talking about tattoo artists, and maybe this relates. I mean, you could just take out tattoo industry, take it out, and replace it with catering. You can replace it with realtor. You can replace it whatever the business is, right? But we're tattoo artists, so we're gonna speak about what we know.
Mm-hmm.
That tattoo industry, we own a tattoo shop, right? You know, 10 years ago, let's even go back 10 years ago. Like, all you had to do is do good tattoos,
Yeah.
and you'll get that exposure. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, with so much competition, dude, literally in the Inland Empire, there's a lot of badass artists. We're badass artists. What's the difference? The attention.
Mm-hmm.
The people that are killing it are the ones that know how to go and show their work in front of people. And that's what I mean as far as rules. Like, there's no rules to tattooing as far as like marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you want, whatever works for you, right?
So you think those people, because there's a lot of people that look up to those people that are blowing up and been blowing up for years, right? Do you think those people that blew up 10 years ago because they were doing good tattoos, but now already have that attention, just continue doing good tattoos? And then other people are looking at them and they're thinking, oh, we got to do the same thing. But they don't realize they have to change their mentality and change the way they approach things to the new generation. Do you think that's a problem?
No, I think it's still the same game as far as like you have to get out there and get attention.
Yeah.
It's just the rules have changed of you have to be out there more now.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, post more, be active in more social medias. Now we have this new juggernaut called TikTok, you know? Then we have YouTube stories now coming in, like, you know? Before it was just Instagram. You could just post and people will find you.
And face.
And Facebook, you know? Facebook probably coming back too.
Oh.
MySpace? Friendster? But what I think is, going back to you said what changed. Yeah, the rules have changed as far as you got to be more active.
Mm-hmm.
You have to post. I mean,
You have to, carnal. Eh?
yeah, dude, like just, yes. Orale. Like, hey, like that
Orale,
TikTok.
yeah.
Do it, carnal. I want to use it for something.
I'm
like,
gonna
I
use
wanna,
it. I'm already
you're gonna
doing
use
it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can use it too, fool. Just
No, dog. It's
not
my,
owned by
it's my
anybody,
idea,
carnal.
dog. Take it easy.
Carlos, you wanna referee this, please? What was I saying?
Yeah.
Oh, like yesterday, dude. You know, it was Sunday. Shirley was feeling a little sick. Ricky was feeling a little sick. Me and Ariel were chilling. I just said, I'm gonna use this time and I'm gonna make some content.
Mm-hmm.
I was there from like 6 to like 11, just, you know, doing content, clipping some stuff, working on a reel for Tony. It's a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 6 hours of work that there's no money exchange coming out.
Makes you appreciate Carlos more, huh?
Yeah, it does, man. That guy's pretty dope. You know? But I wanted to do it, right? And I had the time, but it's just a lot of work. And I guess it just comes down to that, dude. Do we really want to put that work in to actually be more?
So what you're saying is that media is the next generation for people to get out there and be able to build their business and clientele. That you have to have media in your business.
I believe so because we're doing it,
Yes.
right?
Well, let's get this from an expert. What do you think, Carlos? You've been working with small businesses, promoting their medias. Have you seen a change in their business since you started working with them?
Yeah, I mean, I feel this is like the new segue for anybody that wants to get involved, wants to grow, wants to be a part of, wants to do anything. This is the new it factor. So if you want to have a business, if you want to be something, you have to be on social media. Unfortunately, for the people who are not as social or don't feel like it's necessary, it's the reality, and that's how the future is going. So,
do you believe, because we live in a world now where people want information, right? they want to know what they're buying. They want to know who they're buying it from. So do you believe that's what's really pushing this media in? Like where now if you're watching a movie and you're thinking about something in the movie, now you're Googling it. Okay, why did they do this? Or, you know, I know you've done that. I've done that.
Yeah.
You're fact checking.
You're fact checking.
Yeah.
So do you believe that goes hand in hand with people like now, especially getting tattoos, speaking with us again? They want to fact check the person that's doing the tattoo.
Yeah.
Check them out. And then most people don't have information about themselves. They don't have videos. Some people don't even have pictures of themselves. Do you think that really is pushing the narrative? Like people want to know more about what they're buying. So
yeah, I think that is something that is true.
Mm-hmm.
What I also think is people just want to
or they just
connect.
want to see something.
People just want to connect with somebody.
Yeah.
For instance, like I'm gonna name a new YouTube tattoo artist that's been popping up. I mentioned to you today before we started, Adrian, AD47N or something. Excuse me if I don't know your handle right now, man. But let me just do that right now because
Google it.
Actually, AD742N, Adrian Castro. That guy just popped out of YouTube. Well, he came into our radar just recently in the last 3 months, dude. Mm-hmm. But he has a lot of videos and he has like 20-something thousand followers. He's been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
But he just started to pop there. Or he was popping. It was just, we just found him. But what I find it interesting is that now, like, tattoo artists are doing that more. Mm-hmm. Before they used to be like, oh man, you're just trying to be a celebrity. Now the thinking is not like that. Now it's like, shit, I better get on this.
And there's a lot more tattoo related content on YouTube now. Because I remember when we first started, I would try to go on YouTube, try to get some tips or something. Couldn't even find no videos.
Yeah. And there's going to be even more a year from now.
Yeah.
There's going to be way more podcasts. We're probably the only, well, I don't know. We probably are the only tattoo podcast in Inland Empire. Mm-hmm. There hasn't been one that's popped up in our radar recently. But doesn't mean because we're the only one, we're probably the best. It doesn't mean that. It just means we have to be consistent on this so that we can take advantage of being one of the first.
That's Carlos's favorite word.
What?
Consistent.
Yeah.
That's right. It gets him moist.
He said moist.
That's the secret sauce.
It is. But isn't that why it's hard, though? You know?
I know you hate that word. That's why I said it.
I guess what we're saying here is we have to do more.
Yeah.
You can't just settle for doing tattoos.
Well, let me ask you something. Does equality matter? Could someone just, like, coming up in the next 2-3 years with content, should someone get a media team fucking before they start doing content, or should, like before how we started, just fucking get an iPhone and start recording? What are they recording? Does it matter? Like,
well, that's all subjective, right?
Do I have to like show everything professional, high tattoo, or could I tattoo in a thong and still get views? You know?
You got one already? A red thong?
One. Yeah.
You know what? I don't think we decide that. I think the viewers decide that.
Well, I'm asking your opinion. Like,
well, that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, we started with just the phone, remember?
Uh-huh.
We put the phone on a tripod and we faced the camera this way so we could see each other, right? And then we cooked up a fucking Amazon mic and we ran it all the way down. We had to get like one that was like 10 feet, right? And then
20.
it split into, and then you had one mic and I had one mic or something. Yeah. That was it.
We killed it.
That was it. We didn't work. Did we worry about like the setup, the ambiance? We just said we need to do this, right? Had we not done that, we wouldn't be here where we're at in this. People think this is like a media studio, bro. It's our tattoo shop. You know, we're just blessed to have the space to do it. But I think when people think that, I think that's just an excuse not to start. Because at the end of the day, we're going to do our content. The viewers, the people watching the YouTube channels, watching the Instagrams, they decide if we're good or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If we were great, we'd be blowing up already. We'd be going viral. Obviously, we haven't. We think we're good enough. We just haven't convinced the viewers, or we haven't done a strategy where we can grow fast. But that doesn't matter. We're enjoying this. We're enjoying it, doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we want it to blow up, because we get more people seeing our stuff, and then that in turn goes into attention, in turn goes into watching our content, then possibly maybe getting a tattoo. I mean, we're not hiding this, guys. We do this podcast to get attention for us, but in a right way. We're not just saying, hey, get a tattoo from us. We're talking about stuff that matters, and we really have deep thought before the cameras turn on, right, Carlos? On what should we talk about? What would the viewers want to see from us?
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about having $1 million, because we don't have $1 million. We're talking about the struggles of tattoo artists, how we think, how clients view us. We're dropping our experience, right?
Yeah.
And and whether it's good or bad, that's determined by the viewer. I don't think it's determined by us to answer that question.
What do you think, Carlos?
Well, what do you think?
Huh?
What do you think?
I believe it doesn't matter. I believe as long as you're putting content out there, you're going to connect to someone that enjoys that content.
Exactly.
We've had this argument before with multiple people, and everybody always lands in different ways. But it could be good content, it could be bad content, but as long as you're able to connect to someone, you're obviously not going to connect with everyone, no matter how you do it. But if you have a targeted audience and you know which way you want to go, but you feel comfortable, this is how you want to do it, then that's how you do it. You know, there's no specific way you should be doing videos for your tattoos to release them. You know what I mean? As long as you're putting something out there for people to enjoy and they grasp that idea that you're trying to give out, then I believe that's a good video.
Bam. TikTok that right there, baby.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to say something that off topic right here. I learned something on how we talk.
Mm-hmm.
We used to talk over each other. So then your thought wasn't completely said. So I was going to interrupt you, but then I said, hey, I studied my own way, you know. We're growing, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is real shit. We're growing on how we talk. We don't sit down here and talk to each other like this. We do it for the setup. I mean,
we usually have beers.
Yeah, we usually have some beers with us. Hey, we have some. The point is that I let you speak, and that now you have a good, you know, you finish your thought is what I'm saying. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, wait, what did you say right now? What was the thought though? No, I was on a good one, dude.
Any content,
Any
content that we release.
Okay, there we go. And I think that's the conversation we should have. What is good content?
Mm-hmm.
Is good content good equipment, good lighting, good skin tones, good LED lights, good backdrop? Or is good content what we actually say?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it a combination of the content and this, right? Because one of the first ones we talked about with going to the old shop with just the iPhone, that was good content, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was original stuff that we knew. To me, it was really good content. But the setting wasn't good to other people, right? To everybody. It's subjective.
Yeah.
We could have said it's good. That's why I think we shouldn't focus on that. Let's just do it and try to be better, and obviously get some 4K cameras so they can see all our pores and all our shine. You know what I'm saying? And get some good lighting. That helps. You should. If you're going to be doing this, invest in it. Just like when we do tattoos.
Yeah.
You know? What do we start with? Going back to the garage, guys. We and him, we used to work.
We used $15 ink.
And when we start, 2000. When did you start? 2010 or 2011? 2011.
Yeah.
Where's my beauty over? Where's she at?
Over there eating.
Oh, she's eating over there. 2011. That's when. She's like, what? 2011 is when we started.
Yeah.
We had coil machines, bro, that were no more than $80 maybe.
Yeah.
Josh was tattooing oranges. Man, we should have gave you a mic. We could recall all this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Did we start with high-end Bishop wands? Did we start with Dringenberg? I remember that was a thing. Dringenberg coils. You know, apologize if I didn't say it right or whatever, but we never had those. We didn't. We had stuff from China. We had ink that was so. We didn't say, oh no, we're not gonna start tattooing till we get the best ink, which was at that time probably what? Dynamic,
I think.
or gray washes. There wasn't too many gray washes back then.
No, Sumi, I think was the
Sumi. We didn't do that. We didn't say, no, we should wait. We just started what we had. Now we have Empire inks, Panthera ink, Dynamic ink. We have stuff that's good quality.
We got options.
But we had to, and that was 10 years of growth. You know what I'm saying? So going back to the main theme of this podcast is like, just do more and don't worry about it being perfection. Just do more. Grab that camera and record your tattoo and start to finish. You know? I know for a while I was doing this like pattern structure that worked for me really well. I stopped doing it recently, and my wife even, she brought it up to me. She like, before you used to post the before, the stencil, the creating the stencil, like there was a whole system, and then the final. Lately, in the last month, I haven't. I just been posting the end one. But I noticed when I was doing the constant, like I had a structure, there was more eyeballs on there because people expect to see that from you because you created that expectation. So we just need to be more active. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be hard for a lot of people too, because just being on camera, showing your face, that's going to be the hardest part. But do you believe people should show their face?
Okay, let's talk about that.
Because as tattoo artists, what they're trying to show is a tattoo.
And I think that's an excuse.
Yeah.
I really do. Let's think about that. When the person walks into, and because we hear it a lot, right? It's just about the tattoo. It's not about the person. When a person walks in to get a tattoo from you, do you put a bag over your face and just start tattooing?
Nope.
No, right? That person sees you, you talk to them, and they never laugh at you. They never say like, bro, you're ugly. They never say, you know what I'm saying? like, bro, you don't know what you're saying. There's a respect factor, right? Because they like your work. So all we got to do now is get that mentality of how everybody naturally kicks it on when they see that one person, right? Why don't we naturally kick that on into the digital realm? But the assumption it doesn't cross over because now they think they're going to be judged. But they're not being judged in that tattoo. The client's just happy to, get a tattoo. But something happens when you do that transition into digital where I don't want to show my face. It's a mental block. It's something that every artist should try to work on. You know what I'm saying? I know it's hard. Like you said, it's hard, but it's an excuse. You know what I'm saying? We should attempt that. Attempt at saying something every once in a while. And to each his own. But we're doing it.
Yeah.
It was hard for us at first, but what do we say? Let's do it. We have to do it. We have to try. And now we got cameras for an hour pointing at us.
Well, when we first started, like I said, we talked about it for a couple months before we actually did it and pulled the trigger. And then we had decided, all right, it's time to do it. We just set up an iPhone. And I don't think we actually said, oh, we're going to actually do it. We just said, let's test it out. Let's fucking, see how it goes. And it's just that consistency, I think, really changes your mindset in doing it,
Because it becomes acceptable.
Yeah.
Right?
And it feels good when people say, oh, I watched your episode.
Yeah. They didn't say like, bro, your laugh was weird.
Yeah. They did actually. But
they did?
Yeah,
but did it hurt your feelings?
A little bit, but I brushed it off. It's all right. It's all right. That's why I laugh like, ho, 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 ho.
Yeah, bro. Again, this advice we're saying is because we're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, and going back to how we're talking about how when we started, I think that's when we really started changing our mindset ourselves. Like we were debating, okay, we need to boost up productivity, because at the time it was just you and me in the shop for like a whole year. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah. Before we even started the podcast, or when we started the podcast.
It was after those.
After everybody left.
Those other ones, or they left.
After everybody left, we were there for about a year, and we decided we were staying there every day till like midnight, and we were like, okay, we're already here. Let's fucking do a podcast. We started with the podcast, and then we had the clients that walked in, and then you grabbed the GoPro, and we started recording a little vlog.
The no excuses.
Yeah.
The no excuses one. Carlos, can you put it right here? We want to note that right here. That was the first vlog we did, right?
Yeah.
We just called it No Excuses, and with two young women that came in.
And I mean, personally for me, that was hard because it was, normally I'm a shy guy. And to be right in front of cameras and trying to come up with ideas of what to say, to not just be boring, but to be more of give out knowledge about the process that we're doing so other people can learn and see how the process is done right. That's the hard part. And trying to keep a cool face and still entertain your clients and doing all that. But I feel like I've gotten better over that just by doing it more and more with Carlos on my ass the whole time.
You know what I recently learned? Because what you said right there is what I just recently learned is called a self-limiting belief.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you just stated right now, like, well, I'm normally a shy guy, right? You self-limited yourself as stating that you're a shy guy, right? I would do the same thing when I was like, well, you know, I'm a shy guy too or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe with me, I'm not as shy, but me with my limiting belief was like money was hard to get. That's a limiting belief. But let's go back to what you stated right now. Maybe if you stop saying that, like maybe, you know, like I'm not a shy guy. And this goes to anybody that feels the same way. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have these struggles. I probably had that that self-limiting belief earlier in my life, right? We all go through it. We have to break that barrier. But I think you should first start by not saying that limiting belief and saying, you know, I am a entertaining person because you are. You know, when the cameras are down, we're laughing at shit you're saying. Shirley's always saying, "Fucking Josh, look what he sent me." You have personality, but I think sometimes when we have an assumption that we're not, and it probably like self-limits you, and then that's why it's harder to break through. So one thing you could do is practice that, right? And so let's turn it back to me. Like I used to think money was hard to get. You know, I was like, man, how do rich people do it? And I used to say, man, I'm poor. And well, going back to my,
you were saying you were broke.
I'm broke. Sorry, we're broke. And she's like, stop saying you're broke. And I self-reflected, and I'm like, you're right. I've self-limited myself by saying I'm broke or we're broke. So yeah, it doesn't happen overnight by breaking that belief, but you work at it and you say, okay, I'm going to stop saying that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I was completely still shy. I feel like I am working on it more, where I'm able to be on camera. Like I could go up to Carlos while he's recording now and fucking, you know, talk to the camera.
Yeah.
Or they come up to me with the camera randomly, especially at shows, you know. I'm able to talk to them normally.
Yeah. Imagine if
That's
before you didn't do that,
yeah.
you'd be like, you can see it.
Yeah.
But I think
So
it's
now-
a work in progress, right?
So now I'm going to say I have a six-pack.
There you go.
I am skinny.
Manifest that shit. That goes into manifesting.
I am fit. I can last longer than 2 minutes.
Whoa. Damn. That's a whole different topic right there. Hey, Carlos, you never played that one. Just like you replayed one of my blogs.
I did that just for Carlos.
Yeah, no, you're right, dude. I've seen growth in you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we're talking about it is because this is our own experience, dude. We have our struggles, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, here I'm more of the outspoken one, but that's probably because I started earlier than you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I am older than you guys, but I had a breakthrough earlier in my career where I'm like, man, I can't be shy at this game. You know, I have to be more.
But I did notice, like how we're saying right now, again, going back to we're talking about this because we've been through this. Since I've made that change, I've noticed when people come in, because I decided to make that jump to be on camera, make that jump to go be more out there. The type of clients I get, the type of business I get, they come in more for that personality you have. You know what I mean? They feel like they know you again. They feel like they're in here with a friend because they connect with you.
Yeah.
Obviously. And they wouldn't be able to do that if I didn't do that jump.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think you highlighted something that I was going to say earlier that I had lost train of thought. You found that it's way more important for you to break that self-limiting belief, I guess you could call it, because in the long game you'll benefit more than if you don't change that. Right? The importance of you building content for Iconic and for yourself is way more valuable than you not trying.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? And I think that's what you guys have to look back and talk to yourselves and self-analyze. Yeah, we all have self-limiting beliefs. We all believe a certain way. We all got trained a certain way, indoctrinated, whatever the word is. We all got taught a certain way of how we think. But when you realize that you can break that, and what are the benefits of it, you'll become a better in business, better in your personal skills, you know? And I had to break that. And I'm still breaking it. I'm not saying I'm all the way through. Nobody breaks it overnight and be like, oh, that's what it's called. Self-limited belief. Okay. You know, I don't think I'm poor anymore. I don't think I'm broke. I'm rich now. It doesn't work that way. You have to constantly tell yourself, because when you got indoctrinated with that belief, it didn't happen at year numbers at age 6 or 7 or 9. It started like people tell you throughout the years, and you hear it and you start believing it. All of a sudden, you're 20 something, or me, I was in my 30s, and you're hearing different. Now you have to start thinking different. It just doesn't change. You don't click a light switch up and just be a different person. You start breaking it down. And I think that's what we all have to do, man, to be better, because by doing that, now you can be more, you can just do more, social media wise, personal wise, right?
Yeah.
But we went in heavy into that, man. That was a good little topic right there, Carlos, right? Self-limiting beliefs, guys.
What do you think, Carlos? I mean, I know you made a change where now you're doing more into your fitness, which I believe helps a lot more with your work, right? Your mentality and everything.
Yeah, I figured that I need some balance in my life, and staying healthy, eating healthy keeps me mentally healthy. So I know when I'm mentally healthy, my performance while I'm working, it shows. And when I'm not, it also shows. So it keeps me in check.
So going back to that, do you believe that everybody should have like that little outlet? Like I believe working out outlet for you, right? Do you think
I think everybody should, because especially if you're doing the same thing every single day, all the time, like you lose that creative spark. Like I sometimes lose that creative spark in what I do, but sometimes I have to snap myself out of it, and that's with staying healthy. Like I've been training jiu-jitsu for like half a year now, and like it's definitely a motivator for me, and it's an escape. It makes me escape from like what I'm doing, work-wise, family-wise, relationship-wise, kids-wise, anything. I'm just there, and I'm only there for that hour, and I come out and I'm like refreshed. I'm ready to go. Yeah.
I like that.
All right, Carlos, it's not about you. It's about us today. That was really good. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. That's something that I need to work on too. My whole fitness, my whole health. And
well, I mean, I think you do that with you and your kids. I mean, I feel like that's your outlet,
Yeah. No, I definitely have to incorporate this into my life more, because, my son wants to play basketball. I can only give him about a good 10 minutes worth of running around. You know what I'm saying? You got 2 minutes. I got 10. Talking about basketball, right? Okay.
I can't run up that court no more.
So I need to be more active too, because he nailed it right on there. When you're mentally more, when you're more physically
and mentally,
the mental comes with it.
Yeah.
But we all have our struggles, right? But I guess we have to start by analyzing what our struggles are.
Yeah, and that's a start, like we said. But now this is where coming up in the next couple of years, like now you're gonna have to do all that times 10. You're gonna have to multiply that. Where you can start on TikTok, or you can start on Instagram, get comfortable with social media. You know what I mean? Then move on to TikTok, get comfortable with a little bit more social media. Making it more entertaining for people. And now you're gonna have to start doing all three of them. You're gonna have to be YouTube. You're gonna have to do all that within the next couple of years because, like we said, this is becoming a big thing, and we're noticing a little trend where there's more people jumping into, especially in our industry, right? Into social media and marketing and doing all this. So how are you gonna compete? How are you supposed to compete with 30 other people doing videos now?
It goes back down to what we were talking about, self-limiting beliefs. Do you want the fruits of that labor, or what's the word? Do you want the results? How bad do you really want those results? You know, do you really want people to fly from other states to come get tatted by you? Do you want people to just pay your day rate without any questions? Young artists, new artists, old artists, if you guys are not doing this, it feels really good when somebody pays your day rate and they don't question it. It feels amazing. You know, this whole year I've experienced that. You know?
Feels even better when they say, that's it.
When they say that's it?
That's it.
It feels even better when they say, man, I'll do 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
You know? And we see those artists on Instagram that are doing it all the time. But they're posting it, right? We don't know if it's happening. Mm-hmm. But that's a whole different subject. The point about it is like, do you want those end results? There's a lot in between you got to do. And that means you got to be out there. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you feel like that's not the right way. Give us another game plan. We'll be happily analyze it and talk about it. Maybe you're right. Maybe there is a different game plan.
But like we said, this is what we're doing. Yeah, we're not saying this is the right way. We're saying this is what we're trying.
By no means we're saying this is the only way. This is what we're trying. Mm-hmm. We've had a podcast for 2 years. We had a blog for almost 2 years, right, Carlos? We post on Instagram. We don't have crazy followers, but we're getting the results.
We're getting good followers.
We're getting good. Well, we're getting good. It comes down to the business.
What is it? We're getting quality followers. Followers that care about our work and care about our thing. True followers?
True followers.
You know what I mean. Yeah, we're getting true followers. So yeah, we don't have thousands of followers, but we have good followers.
What do true followers convert to? Convert to business. You know what I'm saying? True followers, genuine community converts to business. Profits. You know, again, guys, this is a business. We're not here to just, you know, we're not here just to draw and just sing kumbaya. Everybody starts this business to make a living, to feed their family. But if you're making just enough to pay your booth rental, pay your commission, pay your supplies, and not enough to take home to the wife or to the kids, you need to reanalyze yourself. Because that must not be fun. It's a business. Stop thinking it's a... I'm going to get a lot of, you know, probably comments on this.
You're going to get canceled.
I'm going to get cancel culture on the industry. No. Stop thinking it's a passion. If it's a passion, just do it at home and go find another job and just don't even charge or whatever. But when you start going all in and it's a business needs to make profit or else it's not a business. You know, a successful business, I guess. And each artist in their own station is their own business. So if you're not doing well, you got to analyze your business. There's one of 3 things going wrong. Either you're not working hard enough, you're not getting the attention, or you're just really not a salesperson. You're not really convincing people that your product is good. By product, meaning tattoos. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to pound that to everybody because we do it here. We tell everybody here, you're a business, guys. If you draw something, convert it into a money generating product. That means sell it as a tattoo, sell it as a print. You know, what's the point of drawing this amazing thing and then just putting it away in a portfolio? You know what I'm saying? Tattooing is basically art being transferred onto a skin and getting paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what tattooing is at its simplest form. Now, the old school people are going to be like, man, you know, you just dissed a lot of years of this generation of how tattooing is, you know? I get it. Back then, it was probably a lifestyle, you know, and to some people still. But in my case, I look at it as a business that needs to generate money for a lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's just how I think.
Bam, drop the mic.
Drop that mic right there. Game over. No, I think sometimes we have to be blunt like that, primo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because nobody ever taught us this. Nobody ever taught me this. I had to learn it on my own. Nobody ever sat us and said, mijo, you know, what are your skills? Well, you know, I like to doodle on paper.
You're going to go into construction.
You're going to go into construction. You use your hands to... No, or not that, you know? Nobody ever sat you down and said, look, what do you like to do? Oh, you know, I kind of like to draw stick figures on paper. Well, you know what? Get better at drawing those stick figures and make them into beautiful images, because people love beautiful images and they'll pay you whatever you ask for. If we heard that at 11, 12, 13, we'd be like, what the hell? But we didn't have that in our culture. And it's not fault to nobody. It's just, you know, we don't come from an artist background. Our family, at least that we know of, we don't have painters. You know, you're probably one of the first fine arts painters that we have in our family, because we're cousins, guys, if you guys don't know. So you're pioneering something. You know? Can you imagine what your kids are going to be dealing with and their kids? They're going to benefit from that. We're breaking the mold.
Yeah.
You get me? We're breaking barriers. We really are. And it seems funny, right? Because it's 2022. You would think there's no barriers being broken. But in our family, you know, a lot of our cousins are business owners now. The majority of cousins that we know, shout out to all the primos and primas, they're seeing that maybe we shouldn't work for the man.
Mm-hmm.
We should be working for ourselves. Because why? Because when we go to parties and we see people and they're owning their businesses. You know? And that's an awesome feeling.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard work, but it's an awesome feeling. And I think everybody gets inspired and says, well, wait a minute, what can I do? You know what I'm saying? So we should be talking about it more. We should. I tell my kids all the time. I'll drive with Ricky, my son Ricky, and I'll say, what's the number one thing to have a successful business, Papa? And he'll look at me, he's like, customer service. He's like, I already, but I'm going to pound that in him.
Mm-hmm.
So if he does want to open up a business or whatever in the future, it's going to be ingrained in him. It's going to be indoctrinated. That self-limiting belief is not there. He's going to think that. So I'm starting him right now at 9. Can you imagine when he turns 16? He's going to be a beast if he wants to do that. He might want to be like an engineer working for Elon Musk or whoever, or he might just want to, you know, work at Amazon. I don't know.
I mean, in a way, we kind of did learn that, though. I mean, because, you know me, fucking growing up, we grew up working in a Swami.
You guys did.
We grew up
fucking
experiencing doing all this, customer service, talking to people, learning how to hustle, you know?
That's right.
So in a way, we kind of did learn this growing up, but now we transitioned it to a different industry, which is harder.
Yeah, that's right. You guys did.
Yeah.
Yeah, your parents started. I remember they would be, one thing they was consistent, right? And maybe they did teach you that, but they didn't teach it to you in a theory. You know how we learn it?
No,
it was just
we figured that shit ourselves.
You know? And maybe that's where you have that experience from. And my side, my dad never owned a business, you know, but for some reason I always knew that I wanted a business. I don't know what. I thought I was going to have a...
Tacos.
Huh?
Tacos.
I want to be an architect. So I was like, maybe I own my own firm or something. That's what I thought was cool because, you know, let alone a tattoo studio. But yeah, you're right. Nobody ever taught us that in a you can kind of way. It was just more like, hey, like I worked with your dad and your mom a couple times because I was like, that's pretty cool. You know, you can make some money at the Swami, and then we would go all the way to Oxnard, remember?
Pinche chinga.
But maybe your dad did tell you, hey, go sell these, but he didn't give you maybe the reasoning. Look, you need to go and, you know, build this relationship with them because this, and that. You know, like the theories we talk about now.
Yeah.
He just said, he probably just assumed that you'll get in. I can't speak to him about him, right? Maybe
I could tell. He said, go sell this or you're not going to eat this week.
Yeah, there you go. You know? And had he told you, like, look, this is why we do this, and this is why we set up, this is why we're consistent, you would have learned some business.
No, definitely. I feel like that way, I feel like that would have made it a lot easier, knowing all these tips that we talk about now. At that point, we did it because it was necessity. We had to figure it out. Yeah. We had to know you can't be a dick to this person because they're not going to buy shit from you. Yeah. You have to kiss a little ass and fucking just be nice and genuine with them. And, you know, get them in the door and get them out with products.
And there was no social media.
No.
What was the thing your dad had to do to let his clients know that he sold there?
Be there every Sunday,
rain or shine.
Saturday and Sunday,
right at the same spot,
same time at 6 a.m.
Consistency,
and be the last ones to leave.
There you go. And that was without social media. Mm-hmm. Now with social media, that's the same thing. We just have to be consistent. Mm-hmm. We have to be consistently saying, "Hey, I'm here tattooing another person. I'm gonna have available spots." Consistently saying that.
Yeah.
And now it's a lot easier because we could just put it on our phone. We don't have to drive 2 hours to set up a booth. Right?
Yep.
So your dad did it right. He knew the basics. I think now it's just for us, we really have no excuse. That's why I go back to when people say, I'm waiting for quality or I want this. That's just an excuse, man. Mm-hmm. Just do shit because we're doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I want to believe that in 5 years from now, this is all going to flourish into something amazing. We're going to have a studio full of almost 10 to 12 artists. Mm-hmm. And not just great artists, like-minded people that believe what we are. We believe that art matters, quality in art matters, that they understand that social media attention matters. You know, mm-hmm. They're going to understand that knowing business, having a business mindset matters for their own brand. All those type of criteria are going to be at Iconic. And that's what we want to, that's why we do this, man. We can't just preach it to our team and we're not out here on a Monday, not making any money, just talking and not doing a podcast because this takes time from us. We could be doing our full day rate right now.
Takes money too. Carlos ain't cheap.
Yeah. Right, Carlos? You know what I'm saying? So we have to do the action so we can show the team that what we say is what we're really doing. You know, in the future, we're going to hire new artists. You know, soon we're going to be looking for new artists to go into the team. And we've had in the past some artists that didn't believe in social media. Mm-hmm. They believed in it to a certain extent, right? They didn't believe in it to the extent we did. And that caused a lot of, what's the word?
Drama.
I don't want to say drama. Conflict. Thank you, love. Caused a lot of conflict between us. Mm-hmm. Unnecessary conflict. So what did we learn? We got to vet them more. We got to filter them more. We're going to, if they want to work with us, we're going to be like, do you believe in social media? Yes, I believe it. Do you believe in tattooing as a business? No, I don't. It's just passion. All right, sorry. Because I don't want to deal with that. We got 12 spots that we're going to fill here. You know what I'm saying? All we need is 12 people in Inland Empire, 12 badass artists. Well, we have 6 of us now, so 6 more if we do. 4 10 to 12 is kind of like what we want in the space, right?
Yeah.
It's not that many people. It's not like we're trying to hire 1,000 people. We're not Amazon or anything like that, you know?
Yeah.
We just need to find 6 more people that are like-minded, like us. What do you think?
Definitely. I mean, like you said, we've been doing this for 2 to 3 years already, where we changed the mindset to go this path. In a way, you could say we're experimenting this whole time because we didn't know what was going to happen. But we're seeing the positivities and we're seeing the growth from what's going on because we decided to do it. So if you're out there trying to think about why should you do it, just fucking try it. See what happens. If it doesn't work, well, guess what? You try something else, you know?
Yeah, I like what you said. Business is trying something. Business is an ongoing experiment, you know? No matter if somebody gives you the outline of, hey, and in year 1, you do this. Mm-hmm. And in year 1 month, in 1 year, 2 months, you do this. And then do this. If we had an outline, it's not going to go that well.
Never goes as planned.
You know? So you have to experiment. And we are experimenting in our way because there is no right or wrong way. There's some people that are doing it better. There's some people doing it crappier. Mm-hmm. We're doing it the way we are. And at the end of the day, you know, it's our business. That's why we started it, to do it our own way, you know? And all we need is a team that follows us in our vision. And we're open to different ideas. We always are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The line of communication is always there.
Yeah. I mean, even with marketing and everything, we have Carlos. He runs a really good strategy for us. I mean, the strategy is he's on our ass the whole time. I mean, what do you think about this, Carlos? Like, what? Yeah, I know you have something to say about this. Like, this is your field. Like, this is where you thrive. You're the one that told us we gotta be more consistent, especially with the podcast. You know.
Well, I mean, you guys are an example of what it takes to get what you want, and now you guys are in a different position where you want the next thing and you guys are just working towards it. And previously, you know, you guys had that small place next door, and before that you had a garage, and now you guys are here in a larger space, and now you're focused for the next goal, and you guys are utilizing your resources to get what you want for the next step. So you guys are definitely on the right road, but yes, you guys do need somebody there like myself to kind of, you know, tell you, hey, go this way.
Yeah. I think that's why it works, though.
Andrew Tate, everybody knows who Andrew Tate is, right?
Yeah.
He says one of the best tips in having a successful business is being resourceful. And he nailed it on the spot. We're being resourceful. We're working with what we have. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta not only utilize the space and get more attention out there. We realize that this space can be good for a podcast. We're resourceful. We work with what we have, you know. And if we don't have it, we gotta figure out how to get it. I just want to mention Andrew Tate so we can get some YouTube, you know.
Flag us?
No, so we can just keep us. Hey, he's the most searched guy, you know. Shout out. You smart guy, man. I don't care what people say.
I don't care what people say about you.
I don't care what people say. I don't hear it. Comment below, guys, if you guys like this. You know, comment if you what do you guys think of Andrew Tate? You know, have you guys even maybe listened to some of the stuff that you know? You know, some people make headline reads and they'll just comment what they say about him, but I listened to him because he had some business stuff. And that's the thing. We have to listen to other people so we can convert it into our thing.
Yeah.
You know that I preach Gary Vee. I preach that fool, you know?
I think everybody knows if they've seen the previous podcast.
Carlos, right here, watch. Switch it to me and this is my mentor right here. This guy changed my life.
Haven't blown a kiss to Ricky that way.
Yeah, just right here. That guy inspires me. He got me from working at a school district, hating my life, not hating my life, but hating where I was as far as in my what do you call it, in my business career, in my career, to now where I'm at because I listened to that guy and he was speaking at the right time that I needed to hear it.
But
you know?
Going back to how you were saying, like, I think just listening to people is true. You know what I mean? Sometimes as business owners, you feel like you have to solve everything. You have to know everything. But I think you just have to drop that ego and fucking listen to people. Like we listen to Carlos. You know what I mean? That's a great example of we're letting them into a circle to help us change our ideas around for the better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it goes back to changing that mentality. You know,
I'm going back to when we hired him. You know, we needed somebody to just point the camera at us and record. You know, now he's an integral. There we go. I knew I was gonna get it.
spell check that.
Yeah, right here. Integral part of our social media.
Task force.
Dude, I went blank.
Presence.
Our social media approach, presence.
Yeah.
You know, like, because it matters, dude. We always talk about it, dude. We need to be doing this. Gary V. Going back to Gary V. He said you need to get a podcast going. It's gonna help on your brand. Remember I told you? And we said we need to get started sometime. And then we're like, but then we got to be on camera. But we understood, going back to your example, that the end game, the results are going to be a lot more important than our concerns or our ego being checked when a camera's facing us. Mm-hmm. Now I can look at a camera and be like, subscribe, like, say what's up, holla. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're doing it, we're trying it, and it's not easy, but it shouldn't be easy. It should be hard.
Yeah.
If it was easy, everybody and their mama would have a channel. I keep saying this, dude. 2023, you're going to see a lot more podcasts, tattoo related, a lot more business, tattoo related, you know, content. It's going to blow up more.
So that just means we got to kick it up even more.
Yes, kick it up and still do what we're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And be creative. And
we're going to hire Carlos an assistant.
You don't need an assistant. Look, he's doing good. And I'm glad that we're talking about this because I'm excited to when we do hire new people and we show them like, look, first of all, you agree that, you know, you believe what we believe.
Yeah.
But that doesn't get you the results. You got to do. You know, that means you got to do business mindset type of things. You got to do attention, social media things. You got to do, you got to put in that work and the results will show, you know? So we're excited to that. Not only we can teach that to somebody or we can display our YouTube channel and be like, look, dude, we have like over 30 podcasts already. They can't argue that we don't believe in it because we're doing it, you know? And that's what Iconic is, man. Iconic, the tattoo shop, we started this saying that, you know, Iconic is going to be about building artists, right? And giving our clients customer service. Mm-hmm. That's why we started this. And we're doing it. We're doing it to the best of our ability and we're doing a great job, you know? So can you imagine what happens, you know, next year when we fill up all the stations? It's going to be crazy. It's going to be dope.
Yes, it is.
So in short, guys, the game's changed in our point of view. In our point of view,
it just got harder.
Yeah, it got harder for you to get that attention, but it can be done, and you just got to figure it out your own way. You know what I'm saying? Whatever social media comes next, just be on it, learn it, you know? And no more excuses. Just do it. I don't know. What do you think?
I think you nailed it. Yeah, it should be good for today.
I think that's good. Guys, thank you. Thank you for a podcast. It was a little short one today, but, you know, we expressed ourselves. We let out. We vented.
Do you guys like more of Let us know if you guys like more of a me and Ricky kind of time only.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Us time.
Just time.
Do you guys want us to tell us more? Do you guys want us to tell you guys more stories about how we started? I don't know.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Let's do it again. Ready?
Or do you also like how'd you like Carlos being in here? Because we're trying to get him in more.
Yeah,
But
please.
and yeah, see.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to put a camera that way because I have to keep going with the phone like this.
Well, I was
and then
telling them,
send him.
the real business owners, they put a little GoPro on top, so it records this way. So we gotta do that next. Oh, that's true, huh? I got you. I'll bring it next week.
I got a GoPro.
All right, there you go. All right, guys. Thank you again. For any questions, comments, concerns, please follow us. Let us know how we did. What you think of this podcast? Please like, subscribe, and share this. Helps us a lot. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, guys. See you later.